What's going on, YouTube? Now, unfortunately, most traders think the market is against them. But what they don't know is that they're constantly being caught on the wrong end of a natural cycle. Today, I'll show you the exact moment 90% of traders get trapped and how to see it before it happens. So by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to identify the manipulation phase and how I use CRT to stay ahead of the game. In candle range theory, I break every market move into 3 phases: accumulation, manipulation, and either expansion or distribution. Now, manipulation, that's where the game really begins. Okay. Now I'm going to give 3 very quick definitions of each phase. Phase 1, you have accumulation. This is where price builds up. Phase 2, you have manipulation. This is where price deceives. Phase 3, you have either expansion or distribution, and this is where price finally releases. Next, before diving into the chart, I'm going to briefly explain what manipulation is, why it happens, what it looks like, the institutional behavior behind it, and last but not least, candlestick focus. So, what it is: manipulation is a false move or misdirection after price has already accumulated. It happens because the market needs to shake out traders before committing to real direction. Or in other words, it needs to collect fuel so that it can release with even more momentum. What it looks like: manipulation will generally look like wicks, false breakouts, and sharp reversals. Now, for institutional behavior, you want to shift your mindset to the mindset of a professional. So what I mean is, before professionals move price, they remove you. Now let's get into candlestick focus. You want to pay attention to the momentum of the candle plus its wick. This often marks peak manipulation so that you can spot exactly where it's beginning to end, and now you can begin to enter your orders with much less risk. So now let's tie everything together and make it both practical and visual, diving into the charts. So very quick already, I can already see that we are in a manipulation phase. How do I see this? Because I already understand the market. I understand that just by taking a quick look at these highs here, right? This is a place that we want to see a high buildup of orders, and the market is very likely to pull back and knock out anyone who were previously in these sales because they were in simply too early. Let me draw my high here. Now we have another area that we can consider secondary to our range here. Okay, so now just to help you further see and understand even more, I'm going to draw out our phase 2 at the top of this range so that you know that no matter what is happening, we are in phase 2 overall. Okay, so now I'm going to play the chart and we can watch what happens next. So now as we can see, price did manipulate all the way into this area, collecting all of this liquidity that were at the highs, swapping out all of the sell orders of the traders who was in previously. So now once you begin to see our 3 candle variation being here, you can see now that based off of just these 3 candles, the bears are beginning to take back over, and we're entering now bearish territory because we have our candlestick closures underneath our peak range of manipulation. So now we are beginning to safely enter our phase 3. This is the point where now you can pretty much take your sell entry knowing that you are less likely to get stopped out, and you can continue to target these lows overall. Okay. So now let's just put a mock trade here. We can put in our entry. This is a very volatile area, but stop loss 85 pips low. We're going to target these areas. So now you have a pretty much a 1 to 4 risk to reward. And now let's just see how the market behaves over time. Okay. Starting to pick up our directional bias. Bullish. We're almost at the low. And there you pretty much have it. It's pretty much close enough. So as you can see, price did pretty much come down and take out this low. We came very close. I'm pretty sure if I keep playing it, it was going to actually sweep the low. Let me just continue and see. I might as well, right? And there you go. we completely broke underneath in full momentum. This trade then could have been turned into a possibly a 1 to 5 risk to reward opportunity just by understanding when manipulation ends and its peaks. So as you can see, distribution tend to come right after manipulation. Let me now look and find one more example so that I can show you how it plays out again so that it begins to click. So now in this example, within this same area, we have another manipulation phase. Okay. So what we can see is that we already have our phase one here being this choppy market movement. This is our accumulation. So because we spotted this, we can now understand that following this area will be manipulation. So we have our first two areas that will create our range, which is our two areas of liquidity being here and our maximum area of liquidity being this high point here. So now what you want to do is you want to wait for price to continue this full manipulation phase. So I'm going to draw phase two up above, and then we'll see what happens next. Okay, so now let's watch the market and see what happens. Okay. So now very quickly, okay, we can see that the market did manipulate back up higher, swiped out all of the traders who were in their sell positions around this time and around this area. And now it has enough fuel to begin continuing lower and targeting these lows that are in alignment with the overall direction of momentum. As you can see, even our previous trade was still bearish, and even in this area, we're still bearish. So now if you wanted to just enter a trade based off of this environment, you can enter once you see that our peak manipulation was fulfilled because you're able to identify the candles. Okay. You have this full candle close here that's up above collecting liquidity. Our last bullish candle, we had the high that was swept, and we have a bull candle close that followed afterwards. So with that bull candle close that followed afterwards, we're now understanding that okay, we have entered peak manipulation and we should be now beginning to enter our distribution lower. So if you would have be taking this trade, you will have a 2 risk to reward. And now let's watch and see how the market behaves. Okay. Price came pretty close, started to reject, but we still formed a lower high overall. I'm going to speed this up a bit so that we can see how the market actually gets there faster. Now, as you can see within all of this area, the market was pretty choppy. But soon as we opened, the market began to distribute with full bearish momentum. And even if you held even longer, you could have capitalized on possibly a 4 risk to reward trade opportunity. So here's a key thing that I do want to point out. Even though the market was choppy within this whole area, the phase does not lie. We were still in a distribution phase because our peak manipulation had already ended. And so once price showed signs of being fully underneath this area, it was a clear sign that the market is more likely to distribute lower than it is to go higher. So now, as you can see, every major move starts with accumulation. The manipulation now is your clue, and CRT helps you map that flow. In other words, you want to think in terms of build, trap, release. Build, trap, release. Master that, and you will stop being the one who gets caught and actually take advantage of the market as it flows. If this video helped open your eyes, make sure to like, share, subscribe to this video. I'll be breaking down all CRT phases step by step and giving much more in depth on CRT overall. And do not be afraid to leave a comment because I definitely appreciate it. See y'all in the next video. Peace.